Good day. It is Sunday, May the 19th, 2019. I'm going to do a quick live stream here and I'm going to blast through a whole bunch of things because I want to record the bull market watch and get our spreadsheet updated. A quick look at our disclaimer. This isn't financial advice, just market observations. So pause the video and read the disclaimer so you understand what you're getting yourself into here. Before I go on, I'm going to talk about the book special in our community. There is a link down below, digitalcurrencytraders.com. You can go and check out this book special and other things were going on. At the end of the video, I'll talk more about that. But first, let's get into some value for you guys who are watching and some recordings so that we can look back on this in 6 months and say, what were the indicators actually saying is going on here in these prices, underneath the prices? If we were to look under the hood and see how this car is running, what would the indicators be telling us? Because a minute ago, it was looking like it was going to be breaking out in all four of these markets. And now it looks like they're all pulling back. So if you're tuning in on the live stream, I better go and share this on our Discord chat. If you're tuning in on the live stream, I appreciate you being here. Let me know where in the world you are from. Have you been trading cryptocurrencies long? Would you like introductory type of training, or do you want to get right to the advanced stuff? Because I can tune it according to what you're asking for. But I cannot type and speak at the same time. There. So let's start off. Here we have Bitcoin against US dollar, Litecoin, Ethereum, Stellar. This next panel is the same four markets, but Bitcoin against US dollar, Litecoin against Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Stellar. And we can see I've got these big yellow circles where we had a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation basically on May 13th in all of the alts. May 13th and 14th were a really important day where they seem to have hit a bottom and made a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Many of them surged over that period from the 14th to the 15th, and then they've been sort of hanging on. And the question is, are they going to be diving down as Bitcoin does something? You know, if it goes down and these are diving, it's good to be paying attention to it, especially when they're breaking out of little triangles like this. This is an action point, and it could also be a bear trap. So that's why I want to look in the indicators underneath. We can see that Bitcoin dominance is on an uptrend and is consolidated at the bottom of this uptrend and looks like it could be a breakout. But as I was looking at this earlier, it occurred to me this could be more of a bear continuation flag where it's coming down, consolidating, and then it's going to be coming down more. Should that happen, then I believe the altcoins are going to do another big run up. They'll all be breaking out of those bottom formations that they just started forming, and they'll be taking off and going up. That's what the investigation is here today. So we see that the altcoin overall market cap made a great bottom formation through March, and then at the beginning of April, the market cap of alts went up, even though the price of alts was going down versus Bitcoin. So this is a deceptive chart. Interesting to keep an eye on in the long term. And one of the most interesting things for me is the volume underneath here. It's insane. Where can I turn this off? Anyway, you can see the volume underneath there is crazy compared to what we've had in the altcoin history, in compared to the altcoin history. And we're coming into these great bottom formations in the altcoin, so I want to be studying them. Let me blast through this. So here is Ethereum. I want to look at the indicators under Ethereum, and particularly I want to pay attention to this last bit of time here. What's going on in this time frame? Let's open this up, and we can see this is a cross to the positive, and the histogram has not come negative yet as we're coming down and retesting these areas. The on-balance volume is not as strong as it was, but we've got some, and not dumping yet. It's not turned to the negative. And then the relative strength index has got 3 higher lows here, so that's kind of bullish just on this last little tip from yesterday to today. As we're looking at what prices are doing this last little bit, is this showing momentum forward or upward as it's consolidating is the big question. Let's see. So this, just that last little bit there, give me an idea that we're consolidating, and it's still showing pressure even though it's pulling back here. And this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So I should change to Bitfinex and go to Ethereum Bitcoin, Ethereum US dollar. So here's our move yesterday. Ethereum US dollar came up, and Ethereum Bitcoin pulled back a little bit, but nowhere near as much. So the move up in Ethereum was almost the same as the move up in Bitcoin. And I am anticipating that this should be moving higher, but I don't see it properly in the on-balance volume yet. I don't see that coming in. We gotta see this turning over and this crossing and going stronger. It's not bad right at the very tip, but not enough yet for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum versus US dollar. Same thing again. Underneath, this looks better. Looks better, except this at the very edge tip, where it's not as bullish. It's more bearish. The crossovers are bearish. In the longer term, this is good. I still think it's going up. I think it's going to be going way, way up. If we go back to the chart of 4, it's easy and quickly to see that these are threatening as a top formation. But if we're in a big ascending wedge triangle, this is going to play out for a bit longer. We could come back and retest this uptrending line, and it wouldn't be a worry. So let's zoom back into Ethereum. The other one to check out is, of course, Bitcoin. Let's dig into this. So right at the last little bit here, we're easing off. We're easing off. There was a bit of buying pressure, not bad. But we're easing off a little bit, and the histogram here on the MACD is negative. It's not turning positive. It's still lower, like they're longer, and it seems to be accelerating until they go flat or they start decelerating or changing direction. That's not good. So just by watching this, you could watch to see if the MACD is increasing. And I'm still expecting it to be breaking higher. Even if it pulls back a little bit, I'm still bullish. But I want to be tracking this stuff as it's going along. The next thing I want to do is to look at the wrong chart. Here's Bitcoin on this 12-hour bar. We're looking at the Ichimoku cloud. It's still way above the cloud, looking good. The conversion line is above the baseline, so everything's all looking positive here. Now let's zoom in. It just bounced off of the cloud, and we were watching this yesterday as it was into this cloud, and we were considering, is this going to break down or burst higher? And then wham, it just went in a quick move, and everything goes at the same time, and then we're pausing and hesitating. This is where fear, doubt, and uncertainty get into your trading. Since you spend about 0.5% of your time actually trading and the rest of the time thinking about what your trade is doing. So anyway, this looks to me like a big ascending wedge triangle. This is all still positive when we're looking at the 4-hour bar. I don't see it pulling back and giving us a cross yet. So this is bounced off the cloud again, and we're into a positive looking sign. The conversion line is above the baseline. This is all good until it comes back and crosses through this cloud. So we would have to watch for this top formation to complete. It is a 1, 2, 3 top formation. It is coming up to resistance and hesitating. So as this makes its own little 1, 2, 3 top formation, I would be watching for this to be like a springboard trade entry where you could be going short anywhere in this below these levels. You could be building a short position and starting to stage in, just like we stage into a long position at the bottom. You could be planning to stage into a short position on this one as well. I'm bullish and I'm looking for the long side, and that's my bias, and that's not good usually to have a trading bias, but there's a time for it, I think. And this is what this study is for, so that we can now go in and remove some of that bias by getting more objective, by measuring a whole bunch of things and getting the average. And so you can, what I'm going to go through now is about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I've got to make this fast. I'm going to go through all of these markets down at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to mark them, color code them. And the color coding is based on our simple trading plan. You can get a copy of the simple trading plan by going to digitalcurrencytraders.com and download the free chapter. It'll teach you what we're doing here for our entry patterns, and then you can follow along. You can join our Discord group, and it gives us a common language to look at the markets and decide what you should do. It gives you a structure for the whole trading plan from beginning to end. Very simple, very easy, and it really works. We can talk about that later. Ardor, what I'm going to look for now is three things. Break of the downtrend line. Okay, I'll be generous and say that broke the downtrend line. You could draw it differently, of course. And then we have the number 1 point, the lowest point it's been in this recent history. The number 2 point is where it's come up and then it started to pull back. Now it's coming back and retesting this number 1 point. Anywhere along in here, if it stops and starts to turn around and go higher, it could be our number 3 point. But we're not going to see that until it actually breaks above the number 2. We don't know if it's the actual number 3 or not. So price is coming down, we hit the number 1, they come up, and as they're coming back into these level anywhere in here, it could be the number 3. So long as it doesn't break lower than the number 1. If it breaks lower than that number 1, we have a new number 1 all the way down here, and we keep watching it and hunting for when it turns into the new number 1. And so we'll continue hunting and hunting and hunting for these bottom formations, and that's what we're doing here. So this would be turned into our chart as a near fail. It could be a fail, but I'm going to put it as a near fail. So if it breaks down below these levels, it goes back under the category of being a fail, which means it fails to hold the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, which is our trend reversal pattern that we're looking for. Here is a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that broke higher. Price is consolidated. They've come back to retest that breakout spot. So this is exactly what we're looking for in all the other charts. So we're looking for the break of the downtrend line. We're looking for prices to come down to the number 1 point, number 2, number 3. So it tried to go lower but failed. As it broke past this number 2 point, then it gives us one place that we could buy. As it comes back and is retesting these levels and starts to show strength, these are another place that we could consider buying. So there's a couple different ways you could phase your way into a trade with this, and always with a little wee bit of an experimental bit of money until the market is up enough that you can add on to it with some safety. And so I'm going to have to mark this one as, I'm going to mark it as an alert. If it breaks up above these over the next few days, we'll change it from an alert into a hold, and that'll help us change our bullish bearishness ratio for the whole market. So here's a market that is giving us the potential for the 1, 2, 3. It is a near fail. No, it's neutral. It's neutral. It's in between the 1, 2, 3 formation. We have the number 1, we have the number 2, and it's somewhere in between, so that's neutral. It's not a sell yet. It's not a fail. It's not a breakout and an alert. BCH ABC. Hey Lars, good to see you here from Germany. Enjoying my channel. Good to be here. Is A-chain doing a bottom formation? What is the call letters for A-chain? I don't know it offhand. BCH ABC, where we're talking about this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and it has broken out. So I haven't updated this in a couple days. That's why I wanted to do this. This is a hold. It's already past the alert. The alert was the last couple days that I haven't updated this over the 13th to the 19th. And of course, I'm updating it in our paid alerts program. They get far more detail in their alerts. This is just a quick scan with color coding to identify some basic things on the long term. This is a fail. Banker Network token is a 1, 2, 3. It's neutral now. So it's up from a fail to neutral. These last few days have really been good. Bitcoin, of course, is still a hold. BitShares, I'll bet you it's up to a neutral stance as well now, from a fail to a neutral. So this is a real swing. Whoops. This is a real change from what we had before. Clam should still be a hold. Where did Burst go? Burst has been delisted. Clam should still be a hold. It is an amazing straight up line here. We'll be watching for that top formation and then watch the indicators underneath it as that top formation starts to unfold. Here's another neutral market, 1, 2, 3 setting up. So we've gone from fail, fail, fail everywhere to a whole bunch of neutral markets right off the start here. This is a hold. We've got the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and it's breaking out higher. This is on the 1 hour bar though. So it's not a hold in this trading plan that we're trying to do. We're trying to look at it on the 12-hour bar. So I look at the 3-month view. And we're looking for the break of the downtrend line, and we have it. Done. We have the number 1 point. We have the number 2 point. You could call this number 3, but it's breaking out so fast that it may get past this trading system. It may not give us a nice clear 1, 2, 3. We'll update this in a few days, and I can just mark this as an alert because this isn't a trading signal. It's not telling us if we should buy. It's just giving us that bullish bearishness ratio. So if it looks bullish, I can mark it bullish. I don't have to say that it's an actual buy. This is neutral. It's in between as it's making that potential bottom formation there. Digibyte, I think, is going to be a good looking chart. It's potential. So you can see the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation setting up here. If it breaks above the number 2 point, you would put your stop loss here and then follow it. If it consolidates more, then you could put on your full trade. So right now, I would say this is neutral, but it may turn into an alert the next couple days. Dogecoin, also neutral. Early warning on this, I'm saying that if it is to break above these levels, be paying attention to it now because it moves quickly. And if we look at the 5-year history of this coin, it makes some amazing moves. There could be some Cadillacs purchased. I guess maybe it's not Cadillacs people purchase these days. I would buy the Elon Musk car, whatever it is. So Doge, I'm going to put that as an alert. It should be neutral. And if you think I'm doing this wrong, you know the trading system. You can go to the website and download it so that you can be following along with this and learning it. And if you think I'm not calling it right, I want you to say it on the chat. Say, no, that's not a bottom formation. This isn't neutral. This should be an alert. This one is far enough along that it's given us the exponential moving average crossover, consolidated, and strength above that would be a buy for me. I would mark it buy. So I'll just mark that as an alert for now for our studies. Ethereum, normally after a move like this, I would hesitate to jump in. I'd like it to come back to the 50% level and then consolidate and give me that point to jump in. And yet this really could be taking off. So I'm going to mark it as an alert. Factum is a near fail. And that, wow, I thought it was going to do more than that actually. Near fail. ACT. I'll jump over to ACT. Let me go over in this one. Binance. ACT. Yeah, this is why I'm not familiar with it at all. I don't often go through these markets. And ACT probably doesn't have the volume, though it could spike and do something. It doesn't have the volume to be an actively traded market. If you're an active trader, you're looking to buy and sell, this would be an investor's market where you're putting in a very small amount and then just sitting back and just letting this do its thing. It's not going to be, for me, wouldn't jump in as one of those high volume active traded markets that's going to give you enough volume to have the liquidity to buy the size of position you want. So it's not giving me the formation. It's not giving me the downtrend line break. It's been flat for so long. It would be a popcorn trade market where I would buy into it and say I put in $20 or $100, $200, whatever, a percentage of your coin. And then I would stratify sell orders way out above it as far as Binance or whatever, they let me do it. And then I would just leave it. It's like a fly trap that if it bounces up and pulls back, I've already sold into those movements on the way up. And it's just a small thing. You would get a nice percentage gain out of it, and you could reinvest that someplace else. But other than that, not jumping at me. I'm watching for this one to turn around. Foam, just to continue on, I'm going to mark this one as neutral because it's found a bottom. It's not giving us the turnaround and an alert signal yet, but game is no good. I'm going to leave this as a fail. And gas, boy, game just got hammered. This is a near fail because this bottom is so close that it could just crack down to new lows. It's very close to old low, the near fail. This one is neutral. It's got enough of a run up and a consolidation that this is the capitulation reversal pattern. The capitulation reversal pattern needs to have the parabolic down move and a bounce, bam, and then a consolidation at the 50% level, and then you buy on strength out of this. So this is I'm going to mark it as an alert. Wow. I love it. And so if we see more of these capitulation reversal patterns, let's pay attention to them. This is a really interesting market, mostly because of the volume and because it's been downtrending since they listed it. There's got to be a bottom eventually. And now we see these candlesticks of volume. It's a potential 1, 2, 3. It's broken the downtrend line. The exponential moving average is going to cross over. It turns into an alert. What is this? Kyber Network token. Also, a nice big long downtrend. There's the potential for the capitulation, reversal, consolidation on strength. It would be a thing to put in a very small bit of your trade, let it gain some steam up above you so that then you could put on your full trade and you've got some protection below you there. And I'm repeating this over and over again for my own benefit, my own training. This one, I'll say neutral for today, even though maybe tomorrow it'll be an alert. Library credit, I got to put this as a near fail just as a quick glance because it's so close to the lows. I got to keep zooming through here. This is, I'll say neutral. It is the capitulation, down, bounce, and consolidation. So there's another that you could put a star beside that to say that it's also a capitulation reversal pattern. This has come back and consolidated nice. So I'll leave it neutral still. Lisk. The capitulation low, but it isn't consolidating as nicely as we want here. So I'm going to put it as a near fail. Litecoin was marked as a fail last time. It's not going to be a fail this time. It's neutral. It's 1, 2, 3. It's got to break this downtrend line, come up higher, and have those exponential moving averages cross over. Strangely enough. MadeSafe coin, it's just been the worst traded market of everything I've ever traded. And I'm going to have to call it a near fail. Whoops. Mana. And I'll trade MadeSafe again one day. Mana, near fail or neutral? Neutral. Neutral. Nav. Okay, we're getting through there. Nav. And for those of you who are watching along, if you're wanting, you can get this read-only Google document through this link I'll put in the chat. And you can follow along on the spreadsheet so that when it's updated, you can be using it for your own research. Nav, neutral. Wants to fill in the blanks. NMR, near fail. Yeah, terrible. Should be I can only go near fail until it goes down to new lows. NXT, these were all such a big black block. I'll put this as near fail as well. OMG, neutral. Omni. Near fail. Pascal. Gonna have to mark it as a fail. It's so close. I'll just leave it as a fail just for our measurements here. Poly. Same thing. Fail. PPC. Fail. Probably delisted, I think, by the look of that. But I'll mark it as a fail for Quantum. Neutral. Almost an alert, actually. Few more. Wow, a few more. Let's rock and roll. Rep. It's consolidating to a neutral position here. SBD. It looks like it's delisted. I'll leave it as a fail, and we'll see what happens over the next few days there. Coin. The bottom formation, I'll leave it as... is it neutral or near fail? I would near fail for now. I'll make it neutral if it goes up a little bit more tomorrow. SNT, a 1, 2, 3 bottom in the shape. It's a better, cleaner looking bottom, so I'm going to call this one as neutral. Neutral. A lot of these, this is the first neutral they've had in this, and they're wanting to do the NF naturally. So here's the break of the downtrend line, 1, 2, 3 bottom formation on the 4-hour bars. So a break above that would start turning into an alert. I would have to pay attention to it. So right now, I would say that it's neutral. And storage is neutral as well, I guess. And STR is also neutral. It's got a, I like this formation. It's got to consolidate and give me an ascending wedge triangle and break higher, or come back and consolidate before I can give it an alert signal. It's got a few steps to do to build up into an actual alert. So this is also neutral. And Viacoin, what am I missing here? Oh, I see. Syscoin has been delisted, so I've already removed it from my spreadsheet, but they haven't removed it from here yet. That's why. Viacoin, it's in between. It's neutral. There's a whole bunch of markets that have jumped to neutral, so our bull-bear ratio is going to change big time. This is a near fail still. And XEM really did some dancing. It really did a double bottom here, and if you weren't watching on that, there's no way to catch it. For my own trading plan, this one got away from me. It's a good thing I have some that I was bag holding. Well, probably not a good thing. I should have sold those earlier. But now, is this the capitulation, reversal, consolidation, and strength from here? I don't know. But I'm going to say this one is an alert, which gives us a more bullish indicator, because it's not a trading signal. It's just an overall bullish bearish ratio. This is neutral, but it'll soon turn into an alert, it appears. XPM, did this get delisted? No, it's still here. And it's consolidating nicely. I'll give it neutral because we have that candle wick down and it's holding. But it should probably be a near fail, is more accurate. XRP. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up in this chart against the price of Bitcoin, which is always a brain twister to go back and forth between altcoin and the price of Bitcoin and altcoin and the price of US dollar. This is neutral as well. And ZRX is 1, 2, 3 bottom starting to shape up there. It's also neutral. Now, to update the spreadsheet or the chart on the home page, I need to copy and paste this across. But I don't have it set up in my other browser to show it easily. Let me get another copy of it open. Then I can go back here. Drop this into place. And this is what I'm going to update now, is these two charts. We'll see the bull-bear ratio change dramatically. The red will drop down. The gray is going to move up. And we'll see the red and the orange added together here for our bearish index. Red is bearish, green is bullish, and that is the alerts and the holds added together. The neutrals are not listed in the second chart below. So let me now copy and paste this across. And dramatic change. The change is dramatic because I didn't do an update from the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Wow, I didn't realize it was 5 days. So it's hard for me to keep up with this channel and the paid alerts program that we are doing over on digitalcurrencytraders.com. Now I've got 4 more minutes. If you got any markets you want me to take a look at, stick them in the chat. Let me bring that over. And if you're interested in what we're doing here, head over to digitalcurrencytraders.com. You can save on the book special. You can check out our crypto signals and alerts package, which is just rocking it. It's just doing fantastic. Or you can join, or you can just get the free chapter. Put your name and email address in here. Get instant access to those details. You can also take the 7-day trial of our crypto signals and alerts. So instead of getting the color-coded bullish bearishness index, you get exact entries, buy signals, exits, and everything. And here is the history of our actual alerts package. In December, up 162%. January, February, we did fantastic. March was down a little bit. And in April, all of these, almost every single trade was closed, and we went straight to Bitcoin. So this did fantastic. It did better than my own personal trading because it just followed the plan. You get tons of training that goes along with this. I'll leave you to read through everything that we've put together here. I'll leave you to read through what people are saying, people who have purchased the program recently and who are actively using it right now, people who are participating in our trading room videos that go through a real trading analysis of these and not just a bull-bear ratio. More of what people have said, and all of it you can get for as little as $29 a month. If you're doing monthly, it's $97. If you're doing it quarterly with PayPal, it's $49. If you do it annually and you've been a long-time follower, you can do it with one cryptocurrency payment and get $29 a month. So try the 7-day trial for $1, 7 days. You can't beat it, really. Hope to have you aboard. Thanks for joining in. Let's go back to see what Bitcoin is doing. I think we're going to be breaking out. I think it's going to be going way higher, much higher than most people are expecting. Most people are afraid to make those kind of predictions, and it's going to be jaw-dropping. Now, let's see if Bitcoin dominance is going up. What's going on with this? Let's tune in next time for the next episode, and we'll keep everything updated. Thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.